aka BLIZx. How you doing?
I'm good, man. I can't complain, man. Just living.
All right. Listen, I know a lot of people don't know who you are. I know who you are, and I gotta say I'm a big fan, and it's a privilege. Thank you. It's a privilege to have this interview with you. I've been wanting to do this for a long time. Now, explain to the people who BLIZx is, who don't know.
BLIZx is me, man. BLIZx is music. BLIZx is humble. BLIZx is a father. BLIZx is one of the dopest writers, at least in my opinion, you know.
Oh, definitely. I definitely agree with that. I mean, now tell us a little bit about your upbringing. You know, I gotta get nosy.
Well, I was born in the Bronx. My family is originally from the North Bronx. Shout out the whole Edenwood Projects. And then we moved to the South Bronx area. And yeah, I'm the second boy. My mother had 2 boys, 2 girls. I'm the youngest boy. Shout out to my brother Veli. He been grinding with me all the way up from the sand. And yeah, that's pretty much it, man.
When did you find out you had a passion for music?
Man,
because this shows a lot, like in your lyrics.
Yeah. Well, I've been doing music since I was a kid, really, since I want to say maybe like 10 years old. You know, my brother wrote my first rhyme for me, tried to get me into the feel of it. He was always
your older brother?
Yeah, Veli.
Okay.
He was always into music. I was more really into the streets, sports, you know, bikes and stuff like that.
So you were never really into music when you were younger?
Yeah, music wasn't my thing. You know, I was. It was hard to sit me down. Period. Like I was always just in and out the house, ripping and running, and you know, I'll come in the room and I'll see him, you know, with the headphones on, connecting wires, and you know, trying to put together some music or instruments or DJ equipment. And you know, one day he was just like, "Yo, man, like sit down. I want you to say this rhyme for me." You know, he had a song he was working on. I believe he wrote a chorus for my sister, and then he had a verse for him, and he wanted me to do another verse with it, and I did it, and I was like, oh shit, like I really could do this. Like
it's kind of crazy that you weren't so much into music, because I mean, when I hear your music, your lyrics are like on point, like.
Yeah, well, just like anything I do in life, once I get into it, I'm gonna be all the way in.
Okay.
You know, like after he wrote that rhyme for me, I went on and I wrote for myself after that. Like, let me see if I can write something.
Okay.
And you know, I went and I wrote something, and I was letting my people hear it, and they was like, "Oh, yo, you dope, man, you dope." But you know, I still wasn't, you know, it still wasn't my thing. It was just something that I just picked up, and I was like, "Oh, I could do it." But I wasn't really passionate about the craft until I moved to the South Bronx. Now, all of that happened in the North Bronx, where we were originally from. And then we moved to the South Bronx, and you know, I had met up with a couple of other dudes from my area that was doing music as well. You know, shout out to TUD and God bless them, my brother Gotti. You know, these were dudes that I used to, you know, say a rhyme to, and they'll say one back to me, kind of like sparring. And you know, we noticed we had some
a little freestyling going on.
Yeah, freestyling in the booth. You know, my man to do the beats on the thing, and yeah, man, me and my man Gotti, we formed a group together. I originally started as a group, you know, called Boondocks. Like I said, God bless the dead, my brother Gotti. You know, his life got taken on some, you know, some street shit, some petty shit, whatever. But
yeah, my condolences.
you know, he always lived through me. But yeah, that's how I started, and that's when I started really getting passionate about it. That's when I, you know, I did a show, and you know, I started, you know, looking for instrumentals, and really got into the music thing.
So it's BLIZO, BLIZx.
Correct.
What does the name stand for? How did you get the name?
Well, BLIZx stands for Black and Latin Individuals Zoning Out, because I'm half black and half Spanish, my mother being Puerto Rican and my father being African American. I got the name just venting. I wanted to do something different. I wanted to have something different. When I was a part of the group that I was telling you about, the group was called Boondocks. I used to go by the name of Little Raw, and everybody knew me as Little Raw, you know, because that was, you know, my style. My style was raw. Raw, R-A-W. So,
that's my favorite word.
Yeah, as I got older, it just, you know, it just seemed a little, just too simple for me, and I wanted something that was different, something that stood out, and something that nobody else had. So when you heard the name, you would just automatically think of me. So yeah, I just, you know, just thought of Blizzo.
Blizzo, so Blizzo it is. Okay, listen. There was a time in New York City when LA gangs were, you know, merging into New York. Were you ever part of that lifestyle?
Yeah, we got in there a little bit, you know.
Why?
Well, you know, you be a part of things when you're not even affiliated. So when you are affiliated, it's really just the same thing. Like everybody that I was around at the time was into it, you know, banging. You know, they was at this time New York had blooded in. Everybody was blood. But you know, when I became a part of it, I was like probably one of the youngest dudes. You understand what I'm saying? Like at that time, it was a lot of oppression going on between the Latin Kings and the blacks, and this was.
So you was a little gang banging back then.
Yeah, I was in a mix of all of that. I always was smart though.
Bloods?
I always was smarter. Yeah, because you know, Crips didn't come to New York until after the Bloods came. You know, like I was saying, the Bloods was formed, you know, because blacks were being oppressed on Rikers Island because of the Latin Kings, and I knew a lot about the Latin Kings because of, like I said, half of my family is Spanish, so I already knew the type of shit they was on, and they was on it. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, but yeah, my people that I grew up with, and yeah, everybody was already doing it. You know what I mean? And yeah, I just fell right in the mix. Like it just happened. Like, you know what I'm saying? It's not like I went out there looking like I want to be this. It was what it was. When we went out together, whether two of them was blood or one of them was and three of them wasn't. If one person had a fight, nobody's running, nobody's going nowhere. We all fight and we all, you understand what I'm saying? So we all knew where we stood. And like I said, at that time, I want to say this was probably like 97. So, you know, I was just a kid. So, you know what I'm saying? It was just a thing to do. Like, you know what I mean? So, you know, if you think about it, next year will be 2017. That's almost 20 years ago.
Done with the lifestyle? Done with that part of your life?
You know, I'm banging for my kid. You know,
definitely.
For my daughter. You know, I still got a lot of homies. You know, a lot of them dead or in jail, unfortunately. You know what I mean? But I try to still speak to them. You know what I'm saying? Like through my music, and you know, try to relate to them, and not in sense act like I'm better or I made it like this. But you know, I've been through it and I've seen a lot, and I've seen how it ends too. So. You know what I'm saying? I try to put it out there to where it's like, you know what I'm saying? It's not really all what it cracked up to be. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, most definitely.
Yeah.
Now, you know, I've seen a lot of your videos, and I always see angry men. You know, I'm curious. Yeah, I'm curious to know, what is angry men like? What is angry men?
Angry men, just like every other, just like the blood situation, like, you know what I'm saying, we grew from that, and we started, you know, it's like you be a part of something, you learn about it, you know what I'm saying, and then you start your own thing. It's kind of like with hustling. You at first you want to get some money, somebody
it's not a music label for you?
It's not. It is a label, but it wasn't a label for me, because I actually started it. Me and my partner Delatini, we actually started it, and we weren't thinking about making a label or anything at that time. We were just getting out our anger and our aggression on music. You know what I'm saying? We had a 4-track. We were doing music.
So Angry Man is like what, more of a statement, or?
Angry Man is the Bronx, because the way we were doing it was it was a group, but it wasn't a closed door. We always allowed, you understand what I'm saying? People
Angry Man, what's the group?
It was a group, but it wasn't. It was an open group. Whoever wanted to come in the studio and express yourself, and like we had the whole Bronx moving, repping Angry Men. You understand what I'm saying? But it's a long story, man. It's a long story. But it's basically a set that me and my partner Delatini started, along with a couple of other dudes up in Edenwood Projects. We started it there, and then getting into problems that the lifestyle brings. My partner had got arrested. The police raided the house, snatched him and a couple of other dudes, and I was lucky enough not to be in the house that day, and I ended up on the other side of town, and I just wanted to keep it going. You know what I mean? I wanted to keep it going. So while they was in jail, I just kept it going. I spoke to my brother about it. He like, yo, let's do it. So we kept it going, and then we formed a whole nother Angry Men on the South Bronx. So it started in the North Bronx, but we formed a whole nother Angry Men on the South Bronx. So now we're moving over there with, we got TD and Bugsy Siegel and just a lot of other dudes, too many to name. And then, as the North Bronx Angry Men was coming home, we were just all clicking it all together. And then they met people in jail that was coming home, and they was in jail repping Angry Men. So it's
like a big group of people.
Movement. It was
a movement. Okay.
It was a movement, basically.
Yeah. Yeah. So tell me how you felt when you were in the Source magazine.
Phew, the Source magazine was dope, man. I remember, man. My boy had came up to me, Marky 3, he had came up to me one day. I was in front of the corner store. He's like, yo, man, that's a good look right there, man. And I didn't know what the hell he was talking about. But, yeah, he had the book with him, and he showed me, he opened it, he showed me the shit. And I'm like, word? Like, 'cause I didn't even know nothing about it. So when I seen it in there as, I think it said one of the hottest underground artists right now, that was dope, man. That took my confidence, everything, like, out the roof.
I was ecstatic for you, just seeing you in that magazine.
Yeah,
I was
especially
like,
at
wow.
that time, because the Source was a big deal. Like,
definitely.
You understand what I'm saying? So yeah, we was definitely on the right path, man. That was a good look. I think the whole team felt that one. Like, yeah, we about to take off.
I know I did. But why such a big gap in your music career? I mean, after so much consistency, you paused for a long time. Why?
Man, just life, man. Life, period, man. Like, like I was explaining earlier, when you go through things in life and you live in a certain lifestyle, you gotta always remember that there's gonna be a certain karma that comes back with that, repercussions. And, things just got heavy for me at a point where I felt like, I had the world on my shoulders, man. Anybody who knows me knows that, I've always been, a good dude, and just trying to give it my all with anything that I do. So, me being in the streets and whatever we was involved in, or that was distracting me away from music, I got caught up, man. I just got caught up, whereas music was not on my mind. If I wasn't making money off of it or anything, I was not giving it my attention. And music was definitely not paying my bills or anything like that. So it didn't make sense for me at the time. So
BLIZx, I mean, so where those Angry Men stand today?
Angry Men stands, to me, it just stands where it stands. I wish I had the answer for that, but I do look at Angry Men as people look at, let's say, a G Unit or a Dipset or, these power groups. Like, you might never see, or even the Terror Squad. Like, you might not see the reunion that the fans want, that the people want. Oh, I want to see an Angry Men. You might not never see it, but it did what it did for the culture. We definitely inspired or sparked the mind of younger kids that are moving now and doing music and taking it to the next level where we never took it, and they seen my mistakes or our mistakes or how we broke up or the way we handled this show, what we did wrong, and they took all of that little sloppy stuff and all of the mistakes and they just skipped right through it, right around it, to push them right to the next level. So when I think of Angry Man, I just think of, just legendary blueprint.
I feel you.
Shout out to old Angry Man.
My goodness, shout out to them. I mean, okay, now my shooters track, one of my favorites. I mean, how did it come about?
Oh man, my shooters is crazy. There's a long story with that. My shooters started off as just a freestyle. I just did a freestyle over it. My brother had produced the track. Him and producer as O Banger from New York. My brother was flown out to New York to do some production work. They were in the studio together. I guess the chemistry, the vibe was there, and they did that beat. So Vel came back to Florida. He let me hear it, and a couple of other my comrades down in Daytona. We heard it. Once we heard it, yo, that shit's a hit. Stupid. You understand what I'm saying? But it's that South, you know, that knock. You understand what I'm saying? And my music is New York. So I already knew he was gonna shop it around and go do his numbers with it. So, yeah, I had the beat in my email, and I just freestyled on it. You know what I'm saying? I freestyled on it, and I put it out on the mixtape. You know, after speaking to my brother about it. You know what I mean? And yeah, man, the people just loved it. You know what I'm saying? They loved it. Like,
You slaughtered it. It still has that New York vibe to it because I feel it's your voice, you know? Definitely the beat is like a South beat, but your voice is still got that New York Bronx, you know?
Yeah.
So it's just a good blend.
You could definitely tell I'm from New York by my, you know, when I'm down here, like in the South.
Yeah, accent definitely.
They say I have an accent. I don't even think we have accents in New York. I think that this accent is down south, but they think we the ones with the accent. So, you know, it's
everybody has accents, you know. It depends where you go.
Yeah. But yeah, shout out to Velly, shout out to Old Banger, man, and check out my shooters on iTunes right now. The videos on YouTube.
Oh, I'm blasting that every day. I blast it.
Shot by Shannon Holmes. Shout out Shannon Holmes, man. Shout out to all the scraps that came on Show Love.
Yeah, Scrap.
Yeah.
What is Scrap City? No, wait, New Scrap City, and who is New Scrap City? Because now I'm hearing that.
New Scrap City is the evolution of Angry Men to me.
The evolution of Angry Men.
Correct. It's just me moving forward. You understand what I'm saying? That's it. New Scrap City is just me. One of my people's Phase Hustler. He's New Scrap City, and pretty much that's just it. It's not a label. It's just a lifestyle. It's a movement. You know what I'm saying? I'm in Florida, and New Scrap City is me talking to my scraps up in the city when I do music. You know that, because I have two sides. I got a lot of music coming out for the South, for the clubs, and you know, I always try to keep the element there of my New York origin, so to speak. So, you know, I like it. And anybody who know me know I've been like scrap, that's my slang since I was a shorty. You know, nowadays, you know, everybody shares slang and share everything, but you know, that's something that we've been speaking that lingo since we was younger. So, you know, just shout out to all the scraps, and you know, just keeping everybody on a positive note. Like, we still scraps, but we're doing positive things now. Like, we're becoming homeowners, and you know, we're taking care of our kids, and we're not just, you know, going to jail. And you know, they used to just stereotype us as like, oh, they just cut people and do this and that. Like, you know, it's bigger than that now. So, New Scrap City.
You know, back to you saying you're in Florida. I mean, what made the change? The location, I mean.
Well, change is good. Change is good, but you know, I like to say, you know, it's just the way my hand was dealt. Man, these are the cards I was dealt. I'm in Florida because God want me in Florida. You understand what I'm saying? Around that time, I've been out here for a little minute now. You know, I was just going through little tough times in the city. You know, going through the BS with my child's mother and all that. You know, a lot of people go through it, and me and her had fell out. You know, we were staying together, but we had fell out to where we went our separate ways. And my family lives in Florida. You understand what I'm saying? So, you know, at that time, you know, we were staying together. Well, really, I was staying with her. And you know, once you go your separate ways, you know, that puts me back into the streets. And I'm not just gonna go live in the streets. Like, I'm not gonna, you know, live out of my car or something like that. And I didn't have it at the time to just go, you know, get my own crib. Like, you know what I'm saying? So yeah, I just, you know, I hit my mom's up like, yo, shit ain't working out. She like, yo, come down here, whatever, get your mind right. You know what I mean? See if you like it, see if things work out. If not, you know, you go back and, you know, try to see what you could do. I'm like, all right, cool. So, you know what I mean? I came to Florida, and ever since then, just been opportunities like opening here, meeting different people. Like, things are just, it's a lot slower, but, you know, it gives you more time to execute what you want to do. It's not, you know, so many distractions, at least for me, because I'm like, you know, I'm like NC. I like to get up, get out, run, and and get into so much. So it just, you know, it's like I said, God want me in Florida. It just made me sit.
How do you like it? How do you like the South life?
I love it. I love it. I love to see my daughter growing up happy, having everything that I never had, and I can provide for her and give her that and more. You know, and yeah, it's dope. The schools, I like the schools. You know. It keeps me involved, you know. I'll be in school for her more than I was in school for myself. You feel me? I'll be in a classroom like, oh shit, you know, touching shit and stuff. You know, it's like I'm starting over. You feel what I'm saying? I'm learning everything again from scratch, and
Definitely.
it's dope. I'm having fun with it.
Definitely.
You know what I mean?
Okay, so with the music coming out of the Bronx right now, who do you think has potential to take things to another level besides yourself?
From the Bronx?
Yeah. From music coming out from the Bronx right now.
You know what?
Besides yourself.
It's a lot of them, man. It's a lot.
Can you name a few?
I mean, let me see.
I mean, give me three, man.
All right. Clap Cognac. It's this kid named Clap Cognac. He's from the Bronx. He's from up there, Co-op City. You know,
Underground, I never heard.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. Underground. The dudes that I listen to is mainly, especially coming out the Bronx. If we're not talking about Fat Joe or French Montana, you're not gonna really know nobody that's in the Bronx that's really on that scale. But there are a lot of brothers out there grinding. Like, so, like, you know, like I said, Clap Cognac. He's an artist that, you know, I would definitely, you know, want people to, you know, look at his work and zero in on him. You got so many, man. You got, you know, like P, you know, there's so many of them, man. My Song, so many of them, okay. Dice Peso.
I've heard of Dice Peso. I haven't heard of the other one. I like
dope.
Dice Peso. He's pretty good.
That's dope. And he's from my block, and you know,
yeah, he's
doing
cool.
his thing. So yeah, shout out to Dice Peso.
Shout out to him. So, who is BLIZx's top 5 favorite MCs? I want to know that.
Same as everybody else, man. You got the Pop, Big, Jay, Nas, and you know, fifth is always. There's so many of them. I would say I would put DMX in there. That's my fifth.
Yeah, DMX is
but
hot.
you know, Jadakiss is dope. Like,
yeah, Jadakiss is hot too.
Like, you know, I'm a Pun fan. I like everybody, man. Everybody.
How you feel about hip hop today, then?
Hip hop.
Be real. How you feel about hip hop today?
I mean, it's
like
it's a scale. It's a scale. You know what I'm saying? It's like you can't have your cake and eat it too. I like where we at as far as eating. You know, I see so many people eating, and it's not even just rapping. It's so many different outlets. You understand what I'm saying? Like, so many people are eating, and in my day, you know, the biggest thing was to get a record deal. That's what we wanted. You understand what I'm saying? Nowadays, you don't even need a record deal to just go. You just
need a hit,
go out,
go on YouTube,
and get your money. You understand what I'm saying? Get hot. Get on these websites. You know what I mean? Network with people. You understand what I'm saying? And you're gonna get a bag. You're gonna get money for these shows. You're gonna blow yourself up. So that's what I love about it now. Like, I did a show down here in Orlando, and I seen these younger dudes from Atlanta. They had came down. Dudes probably like 19, 18, 19. I didn't know who the hell these dudes was. I mean, apparently they got a little fan base because they came from Atlanta, drove down here, and they got paid like this to perform. And I was looking like, yo, that's dope. They bust a couple of bands of these little dudes. And when I think about them, when I saw that, I think about the young dudes from my neighborhood. You understand what I'm saying? Because I know they talented. I know they got them bars they gonna write. But I don't see them going out there to get their money. This is their money. When you got a gift like that, you gotta go get it. You understand what I'm saying? I wish I had the time, the energy, and all that as these young dudes. You understand what I'm saying? I wish I did. I gotta balance myself out now. I gotta be this artist, and then I gotta be daddy at the end of the day. So it's like I said in my rhyme. You know, I kiss my daughter every night. I'm out, but I'm always there for cereal.
So what makes you different from every other artist out there?
Because I'm me. And if you're not yourself, then you're not different. I'm me. I'm BLIZx. And I'm probably one of the most versatile artists you'll ever run across. You can put a beat on. That's like Shooters, for an example. Shooters is like me doing Shooters. My man B.I. told me this. He said, you doing Shooters was like Biggie doing the song with Bone Thugs. The way he got on it and just killed it like he was, you understand what I'm saying? That's the type of artist I am. You can put any beat on, I'm gonna kill it. And it don't matter who's on the song. That's what makes me different. I'm not, you know, I'm not just trying to make a hit record. Everybody needs a hit record, but you know, when it comes by accident like Shooters, then you know you're different. You know what I'm saying? I always say, like, I see myself as an artist that could have been on Banned from TV. I don't know if you know the song Banned from TV, you know, a big New York record up there, but I seen myself, I could have been on that song with all of them artists and stand out. I know I could have.
Well, BLIZx, it was a pleasure doing this interview with you. You know what I'm saying?
You already know. Thanks for having me, man.
Yo, happy blessings.
Shout out to the Scraps, man. New Scrap City, we coming, man.
Blizzo.
Word up, free all the real rights. Rest in peace, Gotti, man.
Checking out.
Checking out.
6 in the morning, I'm just walking through the door. No, I'm not staying, I need something out the drawer. What I mean is what I said, then the eyes start to pour. Bitch, you lucky that remote control missed me and hit the wall. Look, I'm with my homies, you feeling lonely, ain't nobody got time for that. In fact, I need the double back and quarterback a pack for now. Take this lie down and take a nap. You know the lifestyle dealing with scraps. Say you know I got a side joint, she ugly and fat. No, that's not even